I spent literally days testing, trying out and researching all of the cold email tools out there just to find out which tool is actually the best for cold email. The best based on pricing, deliverability, ease of use, the setup and everything like that. Because if you're anything like me, the amount of tools is just overwhelming. And for anyone starting out, it might be difficult to choose and know where to begin. That's why in this video we'll go through each and every tool used for cold email to send out emails, write emails, infrastructure, all of that good stuff, so that by the end of this video you would know which tool is the right for you, which tool you can use to save the most amount of money, which tool you can use to send out the most cold emails, so on and so forth. So we have Sales Handy, Woodpecker, Smart Lead, Instantly, Salesforge, Calendly, Reply.io, Lemlist, Apollo, Snow.io, Hunter Campaigns, Mailshake, Gmass, Quickmail, Outreach, Mixmax, Percent, and so on and so forth. Now, let's start off with the most important thing, the pricing, right? Everyone is interested into that. Now, one thing I want to preface this with is that pricing is not always black and white, right? You could have a cheaper pricing, an app, but if you're not getting results with that app, for example, if the deliverability is bad, you'll actually end up paying more in the long run. So do not focus on pricing as much as you do on other things like deliverability, ease of use, and the results you can get with a campaign, right? So there's a lot of information to, chomp up and swallow. So of course, we'll not go through it all. We'll only highlight the tools that are top in that feature. So for example, for the pricing, if we want the cheapest option, you should go for Gmass, right? You get unlimited emails, unlimited contacts, unlimited campaigns, but only if you use Gmail. So that's a limitation. Now, there are other options, right? Usually apps have around $40, $50 for campaigns. So for example, as you can see, Mailshake, even though it's used more for email marketing and such, right? But it's also an affordable option for 1,500 contacts, which is something you should also look at. You have Sales Handy, which is pretty affordable, $36 a month for 5,000 emails per month. You have Salesforge at $50 a month for 5,000 emails. Smart Lead at $40 for 2,000 leads, right? Now, the most affordable is, yes, Gmass, but a lot of these apps have free trials, so you should take a look and use them as well. And maybe pay a little bit extra just so you don't have to focus on Gmass and Gmail only, right? If you want to reach out to other mailboxes, if you want to use not Gmail as your ESP, as your infrastructure, you're free to do so and it will be way better. Okay, next thing, ease of use. How easy it is actually for you to set up and run a campaign, because it's super also important, right? If you get an app, you pay for an app and it's just your first time starting out and you need to, learn coding, watch 3-hour tutorials just to set up a campaign and send out cold emails. It's not great, right? So that's why we need the easiest app we want, right? So I would say Smart Lead is one of the easiest ones to use, right? Now, nowadays, almost all of them are the same, so it's not as a huge deal breaker. I would say like Sales Handy could also be one of the best in here. Salesforge, which is super simple. You just add, steps and that's it. So really, most of the tools will have easy setup, at least the mainstream ones like Lemlist, Salesforge, Smart Lead, Sales Handy, right? But if you're going for like the bigger ones like Apollo, Snow.io, Hunter, Mailshake, it might not be as easy. Now, Gmass is super easy. You just add contacts, that's it. But if you're looking for better, more extreme, more in-depth campaigns where you can add follow-ups, you can select A/B test, then I would say something like Smart Lead or Salesforge. Okay, going further, right? Campaign setup, the actual campaigns themselves. Now, how easy it is, how many features you have, all of that good stuff, right? Apart from the ease of use of uploading leads, managing everything, how easy it is to create a good campaign. I would say everything is the easiest with Salesforge, because if you're talking about Agent Frank, the AI agent, of course, everything is automatic. But if you're using Salesforge itself, the campaigns are super easy because AI takes care of the writing, the personalization, and all of that good stuff. So all you do is just upload leads, select if you want to validate them or not, then that's the email, and you don't have to write a copy, you don't have to spin text, you don't have to research about the leads because it does it all for you. Follow-ups as well, and you just set up the time and launch the campaign. So I think that's the easiest one for the campaign setup and automation, and you don't need to send follow-ups yourself. And if you need any other features, you can just adjust them in the settings. So I'd say Salesforge wins for this, even though again, Sales Handy, Smart Lead are in this category, right? In this feature as campaign setup. Now again, just to preface this, just to share this, if you want access to this tool and look at everything yourself, instead of me making the decision for you. You know, I'm not your father. Make a decision yourself. Just comment sheet and I'll share the sheet link with you so you can take a look at this information yourself and pick the tool you want for yourself, you know. Now, AI personalization and writing, super important thing. This is how Salesforce itself is able to get the best deliverability and save you all of the time, you know, because each email that's written, it's unique. Each email that's written is personal to the recipient, so it gets higher reply rate, apart from, you know, better deliverability because it's unique. It doesn't need spin tags. So Salesforce wins at this, but something I want to say is you should look super in depth in other apps that use AI personalization, because a lot of them just use simple prompts that are just glorified custom variables. You know, they don't really do anything like instantly. Their AI personalization is awful because it's just a prompt, right? So if you want to use AI personalization, use one that actually scrapes information about your lead, uses information about your product, which is exactly what Salesforce does now. I think there are other AI personalization tools out there that help you personalize messages. Yeah, for example, QuickMail, it rewrites message to protect deliverability, so it's kind of spin tags rewriting, right? So it's not personalization. I think other tools also do personalization like Lemlist, but yeah, the top tier one is Salesforce. I think we are the first ones to do it as well. Now, deliverability tools, super important as well. You don't want to jump between 20 different apps, right, and pay 20 bajillion subscriptions. You want to make sure the app is built for the best deliverability. So Salesforce is optimized for that. SmartLead is also optimized for that. You have unlimited warm-up, smart senders, smart servers, dedicated infra, right, smart delivery, email verification, inbox placement tools. Same with Salesforce, you get your own infrastructure. With the Forge ecosystem, you have warm-up, you have deliverability tests, you have mailbox rotation, you have ESP matching, you have email validation, you have schedules, all of that good stuff, right? Unspam features. So this is something you should also keep in mind, that the app you use has to have deliverability tools. Otherwise, you know, something messes up, your whole infrastructure burns, you have terrible results, you lose money, you lose domains, you lose mailboxes, you need to spin up new ones, you waste time, like 2 weeks you need for warm-up. It's insane, right? So look into that as well. Now, what is the best based on lead sourcing and management? Now, a lot of these apps have integrated lead databases. For example, Salesforce has LeadsForge, SmartLead, you have custom credits to reveal emails, Sales Handly, LinkedIn Email Finder, all of that. But I think the best app of them all is Apollo. Now, Apollo, why Apollo? Yes, it sometimes does have outdated data, but it's one of the biggest ones, the oldest ones, right? So everyone will know how to use it. Now, if you're looking for ease of use, if you're just starting out, LeadsForge is one of the best options for starters because it doesn't require any skills, it doesn't require filters. It's just like ChatGPT for leads. You tell it, okay, I want leads, this, that, you know, like CEO in marketing industry in companies with 50 employees or less, and it gives you leads. But if you want like a more in-depth app, you can go with Apollo, you can go with Lemlist, Snow.io, right? A lot of them have built-in lead databases. Now, agentic features. Here I'm talking about AI sales agents. Just a few of the apps have any AI agents out here, right? So Outreach is an AI SDR agent. For example, yeah, it just does everything for you. You have Jasmine as well from Reply.io. Clenty doesn't have its own, but it's like they have a separate product, SDRX, which is also an SDR agent, and Agent Frank is, well, the best one out of them because it works on the whole Forge ecosystem. It builds infrastructure, it gets leads for you, writes personalized messages, sends them out, handles objections, handles all the questions till it books a sales call. So Agent Frank wins this one, the Salesforce Forge ecosystem. You can look it up. We have videos about everything, right? About every tool. So compare it for yourself. Carrying on, other features, super important thing to highlight as well, right? It might be personal. Some people need it, some people don't. But features like APIs, automations, integrations are always good to have, right? If you want to expand, if you want to scale, you want to have this thing. Now, each app has different features, different other features. So this is something you should look at yourself. The one with the most features is probably SuperSend. It has multi-channel outreach like LinkedIn, Twitter. You have white labeling, managed infra, all of that good stuff. But all apps have other features like CRM integrations, you know, white labeling, API access, the Forge ecosystem, you know, LinkedIn steps, for example, Chrome extension, email tracker, Google Sheets add-on, you know, all of this stuff, integrations to N8 and Make.com, Zapier, APIs. Most of these apps have them, but you should still take a look yourself to see if the app you want to use has some features you might need in the future, right? Like APIs, ecosystem tools, or other integrations. Now, this was just cold email tools. You might not want to use cold email tools at all and hire something like an AI agent that we talked about, like here, Agent Frank. Now, but before you do that, you cannot be sure which one to hire. That's why I suggest you take a look at a video right here where I compare different AI sales agents, and that will help you pick the one that will scale your business and help you book hundreds of sales calls a week.